Okay, I was going to do a completely different rambling today involving Metal Gear Solid Unlockables, but because of the news that hit today about the Assassin's Creed Forward event, I got to give my 2 cents here. You know, I'm riled up. Have some fucked up personal issues going on here. Don't care about those. My fucking gaming shit's on fucking 11 right now. Let's just fucking get on with it. So, I hear a bunch of Assassin's Creed games are announced today. Typically, when you hear an Assassin's Creed game's announced, you're like, okay, it's one for this year, one for next year, blah blah blah, or you space it out. Oh no, Ubisoft's pulling all the fucking stops. Apparently, they announced 5 fucking games. I'm like, whoa, whoa, slow the fuck down. I'm used to one title a year. Don't fucking don't build up my anticipation for 5 year. Now, thankfully, most of them are completely, skippable. To start off with the big ones that intrigued me the most, as well as the one that disappointed me within a millisecond, Assassin's Creed Red. That sounded pretty fucking cool. It's the Japan version, which I think is too little too late. We've been clamoring for a Japan setting for so fucking long, and ooh, hello. Yeah, I'm a little bit high on soda right now. Wah! Fucking caffeine. We've been wanting a Japan setting for so long, but we never got it. And then, lo and behold, Sony and Sucker Punch delivers with Ghost of Tsushima, which I will say, sadly, I have not completed. But it's only because I'm holding out for the PC version. If I'm gonna experience that ending for Ghost of Tsushima, I'm a fucking do it at 2K 60 FPS. Mark my fucking words. So Assassin's Creed Red is like the one game that I'm semi-interested. I said that about Odyssey, and I got disappointed because I've been fucking clamoring to God of War levels of Greek mythology, and Odyssey with the fucking repetitive RPG gameplay elements. Just that's a completely another fucking thing that I just that could be explained in a video. But long story short, I just didn't like the gameplay loop of that. Didn't feel right. Whatever. But Assassin's Creed Red Japan, yes, it's an RPG again. Yes, it's made by the developers that made Odyssey. But hopefully, since they've had a couple of years to make RPGs, maybe they can get this one right with the Japan setting. And come on, all the weebs are gonna fucking love it. I think that one will be just as successful as Valhalla. So I think Assassin's Creed Red will probably do pretty well, so long as they're not that fucked up with the microtransactions. And if they skip last gen, they just fully dedicate to a PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC release. I feel this could be just as gorgeous as Ghost of Tsushima, and we've all seen how beautiful that was on the PS4 hardware. So, Red could be pretty fucking cool. Next, which is where the disappointment sets in, um, there is fucking the China version. China! Assassin's Creed China, which I think was called Jade. I'm going off of Open World Games. I think he's the guy that talks about the Cyberpunk games. I just saw his video on YouTube and watched a little bit of it. So yes, I'm commentating on another YouTuber, but that's how I get some of my fucking info, as well as article websites. That's how I base my opinions and whatnot in my ramblings. But the Jade one's the most disappointing because that's strictly a mobile game, and it's like, oh, not interested. And it's like, look, I like both settings. The Japan and China settings are really fucking cool, given completely different mythologies, religions, and tactics and whatnot. But I like both of them. But if I had to choose between which one got the console premium release or the freebie mobile release, I'm glad Japan got the premium release. I think Ubisoft made the right call there because it makes sense. They gotta capitalize on that Chinese market. It makes sense to make an Assassin's Creed China for the Chinese market to get as much money as possible. And again, if I had to choose between paying a premium upfront cost to keep a game where there's no online restriction to an extent and never have to lose my data or the right to use the game, or a game that I could just download and play immediately for free, a free-to-play one, but be paywalled and gatewalled to oblivion, and one day the servers can just shut down. Oh, I'll never get to play that game again. Yeah, I'll take the premium release. So, again, Assassin's Creed Red, can't wait. Jade, fucking skip. And then there was a few other games. Assassin's Creed Hexus, which open world games described as a witchcraft Assassin's Creed. Wiccan Assassins. Moving on. So, going into the next one, Assassin's Creed Mirage. That's one that's, been leaked recently. It was called Assassin's Creed Rift. Then it was something else. Now it's Mirage. And that one looks like it's going back to its roots, so to speak. A more linearized Assassin's Creed. Think Assassin's Creed 1 to an extent. Open worlds weren't really that interesting for it. It felt linear in, practice, but that one I'm actually also surprised in. Given I don't like the setting too much, I didn't like the whole sandy atmosphere. Sand. It's too rough. Not to mention, Bossum does look like a ripoff of like a combo of Altair and Ezio. But I will confess, if they're going back to the roots, so to speak, with it, I'm okay with it. And, yeah. And, yeah, it's just like, that one doesn't look too bad. I mean, given it seems like they only showed off CGI bullshit trailers. I haven't even watched the Forward event, because I'm like, it's Ubisoft games, what do you expect? And finally, the big thing that started this video, which is where the speculation runs wild, Assassin's Creed Infinity. And I'm like, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck it is. And I have two ideas as to what it is. One good, which I think would be fucking radical, and one that'll just be completely stupid. The good. It makes me think that it's going to be something like the World of Assassination trilogy from Hitman. I kind of like what they did with Hitman, the three Hitman sequels, 1, 2, and 3. And what they did with that was, for each copy of the game you purchased, 1, 2, and 3, you purchased the first one, that's what started all cool. You grind up all your shit, awesome. Then the second one releases. They didn't have a carryover feature, I don't think, for that one in terms of your save data, but what they had was, if you have a copy of the original game plus all the episodes and DLC, you could play all those missions in the sequel. Right with, the graphical enhancements, gameplay, feature updates, the whole 9 yards, you can play through all those original missions and re-obtain all your gear. It's kind of annoying, but I think that's kind of cool. And you can use all that gear you've unlocked in the newer missions. Same thing with 3. You did the first 2 games, you bought all the DLC for them. If you get the third one, guess what? You can fucking, do all those missions as well and carry your shit. And they fucking learned from their mistake before. You can carry over your save data from 2 into 3. So therefore, from the start, when you start playing the third one, you can have a plethora of outfits, weapons, utility items, suitcase, whole nine yards. Given 3 was kind of fucked because they have an always online scenario here. If you're not connected to the internet at all, none of your shit saves. But thankfully modders fixed that to an extent. But I like the whole World of Assassination thing where missions and items carry over in the later games with, adjustments, overhauls, graphical updates, the whole 9 yards. I kind of like that. That's what I hope for with Infinity, because I was just thinking, boy, what if my dream of, like, the Ezio games, being able to go to Florence, Rome, and Constantinople all at once whenever you want, becomes a reality for Infinity? Like, what if you buy Assassin's Creed Red, you play through that shit, and then you buy Assassin's Creed Hexes, whatever the fuck that is, and then let's just say they decide to make another one. Like, in my head, they make Assassin's Creed Desperado. Yes, a Western Assassin's Creed. And you're playing through the Western one. And you're like, oh yeah, I got some badass cannons, a dope duster coat, a fancy fucking hat, and whatever. And just out of the blue, you're just thinking, man, I want to go to fucking Feudo Japan with the samurais. And from the menu, you can just fucking immediately fast travel to the Japan setting right off the bat. You can just fucking go there immediately. And you just meet a random fucking samurai on the road. He has his fucking hand on his fucking, handle, and he goes, ugh! And he's just about to draw his fucking katana and slash you down. You're just standing on the opposite end, and you're like, pull out your fucking gun, bang bang! And you just fucking drop the samurai right there. It'd be fucking aneuristic as shit. But you know what? I'd fucking love it. That would be $60, fucking hundreds of dollars well spent on all these games that they're connected to like the same platform, the same engine, all that shit. Not to mention the modding would be fucking out of this world as well, because, all this shit you could take from one game to the next if there isn't even that level of, transferable fucking customization and shit. And again, it would just be fucking awesome if like all of it's connected, especially if you're playing the latest game, Assassin's Creed Desperados, and it has a similar thing to the World of Assassination from Hitman, where just the maps and the items are carried over. It'd be fucking awesome if I can revisit Japan with some like improved lighting or shadows or ray tracing or whatever, and I can just reacquire those weapons. Fucking hell, it would be awesome if I can go back into Desperados instead of like say using a Bowie knife or a hatchet. Fuck it, I could just pull out a Tonto or a fucking katana and just fucking slash motherfucking Desperados and bandits down in the blink of an eye with a fucking big ass blade. Fuck, it would be awesome. Now, of course, that has some problems. With, the World of Assassination, they're kind of like smaller maps. Like, if I'm comparing it to, say, Florence from Assassin's Creed, it's probably like a third to a half that size. I'm not even talking about the verticality. I'm just talking about the overall size of some of the maps. Some of them are bigger than others. I can't even fucking recall what the biggest map is in any of the in the Hitman games. So like, imagine basically if Infinity's its own like platform, or it gets updated with like the latest release. I'd have to have my own 4 terabyte fucking SSD here to hold all these fucking games onto one thing. Not to mention the world. Like, if fucking Valhalla and Odyssey are like the biggest fucking worlds to date, Jesus fucking Christ, I can only imagine what Assassin's Creed Red is like, or God forbid Hexes. Especially, like how fast SSDs are getting now, and how you can trim the fat of some of the duplicate data. At least that's why I heard about why SSDs are better than HDDs. Basically, if hard drives, they have duplicate data to reduce the fucking load times for the hard drive. With SSDs, of how fucking fast are, like the PS5 SSD, nah, you can just have one singular file because it just fetches it so fucking quickly. So given the file sizes hopefully will go down, but I'd probably need like at least a couple terabytes overall if I have like 3 or 4 massive Assassin's Creed games. It'll be fucking wild. Ugh. And then we get into my second theory. The worst case scenario. Which I feel may happen. To dumb it down, it's going to be an application within application. We know this shit's going to be tied to the Ubisoft Uplay client, or what's now called Ubisoft Connect, which it already pisses me off to begin with, because it's like, bring your games back to Steam, even though you still make us use the client. But base value, you have the Ubisoft Connect. Gotta download that to play the game. Great. And what if this Assassin's Creed Infinity is another application. Dare I say it? Another fucking launcher. A launcher within a launcher, if you will. Oh, fuck! And that's what I'm thinking it is. It's a launcher within a launcher where it's a hub for all the fucking games, basically. And, like all the progress or items or stories or whatever the fuck it is just shared within that one fucking helm. I don't know much about Infinity. I don't know all the details about it because I don't even think Ubisoft explained it correctly. I don't know what the fucking thing is. Is it an application? Is it a fucking website? Is it a brand new game? Is it like a companion piece to a game? Is it like a compendium? Is it like similar to like fucking Metal Gear Solid 5 with the Mother Base app? Or the Assassin's Creed Unity with the fucking Paris map, whatever the fuck that app was I used on a tablet before. I don't know what the fuck it is. I hope it's the former, where it's just like it allows you to fucking transfer the shit over into like a later game, but I don't think that's what it is. And hopefully they explain it a little bit more. But I mean, all they basically say is, Assassin's Creed thing is gonna be like the new hub for the modern day storytelling, which I'm kind of just like, dude, the modern day shit died with Desmond. Spoiler. Just let it fucking die, because to me, they've ruined it when, like, off game, they basically said, oh yeah, Juno, the basically main antagonist that was, like, basically a side antagonist with, the Kenway saga, Assassin's Creed 3, Black Flag, and Rogue. There was that whole side story of her being trapped in the computers like a ghost in the machine, and her lover, the fuck was he? The Sage. He was the mechanic at Abstergo, and he was trying to fucking transfer to your body. It failed, obviously. She was still trapped, and finally she was like freed into like the world or some shit by another fucking idiot intern. And what the fuck did they do to her? Oh, they killed her in a fucking comic book. And I'm like, gee, great way to wrap up a potential fucking antagonist villain by fucking killing her in a comic book that I haven't even heard of until like a few years after it wrapped. And it's like, at this point, they really just gotta fucking kill off the modern day story. Like, whenever I was playing Odyssey, anytime the game fucking ripped out to go back to Layla, I was kind of just like, just get me back in the Animus, please. I don't care about Layla. I don't care about her story. I don't care about her struggle. I don't care what the fuck she's doing. Just put me back in the Animus. Let me play as the Mystios. And it's just like, I can only imagine what Infinity is or what the fuck it's going to do. That's like the real concerning bit. Like, I'm excited for Red, but how is it connected to Assassin's Creed Infinity? Obviously, whenever I'm done fucking, ranting and rambling here, I'll probably end up hearing more about it, but I'm still fucking confuzzled about it. But, I don't know. I just hope Infinity is more like the world of assassination, because if that's were the case, again, it'd be nice just to be a cowboy in fucking feudal Japan, but I doubt it. And, I think Ubisoft is like literally trying to put all their eggs into one basket, because it kind of feels like that now they're just basically focusing on the shit that succeeded. And so far, the only fucking properties that succeed so far are literally Rainbow Six, apparently, The Division, and Assassin's Creed. Oh, and of course, Just Dance 20,000. And for them just to basically announce like 4 fucking games, some sort of hub game, I guess. And there was probably another one that I completely forgot, because I know there was supposed to be another Assassin's Creed game, but maybe that could have been Assassin's Creed J. That was the mobile game. I don't fucking know. It's just like, I thought one Assassin's Creed game a year was wild enough, but for them just to basically like announce like 5 of them, before they've even been shown, it's scary. Because we all know what happens when you announce a game a couple years before it's supposed to come out. Anything's bound to happen. It might not be what we're hoping for. Skull and Bones is an example. That game's coming out in a couple months, and I already know that people expect it to be fucking shit and a failure. Just like the Saints Row reboot, which I can't fault them, because I mean, when I look at Skull and Bones, I'm just like, dude, you had the perfect template. Black Flag gameplay. Remove the assassins, make an original fucking pirate fucking fantasy. You're done. $60 fucking dollars. Gimme! But no, instead they went online, fucking multiplayer, open world, microtransactions infested, fucking only naval combat. It wasn't just the naval combat. There was also the fucking the island exploration for the treasure and the cities. Like, come on. I know I'm going to a fucking tangent here, but it's still a part of fucking Ubisoft. It still has a little bit of Assassin's Creed in it. Fuck it. I just hope they're not really trying to invest into these fucking games and they're just letting all the other ones, you know, just fucking putting them out in the pastures. Because, I mean, I still think there's hope for plenty of their games. Even though Beyond Good and Evil 2, that's in fucking development hell, on par with Skull and Bones. We're still clamoring, begging on our knees for a fucking new Splinter Cell game. And just everything else. Fucking Watch Dogs, man. Don't let Legion be the fucking swan song for it. Dare I say it, go back to the roots, man. Even though Watch Dogs is only a decade old at this point, go back to the nitty-gritty dark realm of cyber hacking that was Watch Dogs 1, man. But I don't know. I already have a lot of games on my fucking backlog. I think I can, you know, afford to wait a little while for these Assassin's Creed games. Again, I just hope fucking Red is successful. Hopefully that one can, you know, spread its fucking wings and fly on the best fucking technology possible. But, again, with personal problems, as well as waiting for the best upgrade, I might be waiting a long-ass time for those new Assassin's Creed games. But those are my opinions. Those are my thoughts. I think I've been rambling for a little bit too long. I'm going to wrap it up there. YouTube chant. Like, dislike, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of these new Assassin's Creed games. I still think they'll never match up to Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, and 2, but who knows? That's it for the Ramblin' Manager. I'm going to clock out for now. Stay safe, everybody. Yeah, that's it. Bye.